always, I want to start these videos by giving all glory, honor, and thanks to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son for this wisdom and knowledge. That is Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Havar as well as the double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, whom I learned this truth under, and a sincere shalom to the rest of the elders in Akim around the globe, bringing this word up within sincerity, truth, and diligence. I'm your brother Allah Yahweh, servants of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, Las Vegas camp, and this is titled Her Future Market Value. This is inspired from the elder Uriah of GMS Chicago On Air Live 2, his channel, as well as is the elder Salaki. I forget the brother's name, the elder of GMS Mississippi. Basically, he was speaking on the pride of these women, and he brought up the Outkast song Caroline. Basically, roses really smell like poo poo. You know what I'm saying? That hit song from Outkast back in the day. And that's these women here in Babylon the Great America, especially our women, the women of the tribes, the so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American women. Their pride is boosted up to an all-time level. And I did a video a couple months ago on how America, Babylon the Great, modern day Egypt, is not really a country. It's just a giant wicked corporation. And there's this harlot Miko Grimes, ex NFL cornerback Brent Grimes, his ex-wife. She even had the knowledge to say that America is not a country, it's a corporation. In the elder Uriah, he brought a live stream a couple days ago about basically, fuck these bitches, bro. Basically, paraphrasing, that's what he was saying, and how they market value is finna plummet. And just like how America is a corporation, when a company or a business goes out of business, you get it for a discounted price. That's the same, just like America's a business, and we're witnessing right now all these dollar stores, all these restaurants, all these Fortune 500 companies are going out of business. We're witnessing right now America go out of business. Well, who profited and benefited the most in Babylon the Great America outside of Esau is these women. That's where you get the metropolis from. Metro meaning mother, Polis city, the mother city. These women, it's all catered to benefit them and designed to benefit them. Well, pretty soon it's gonna get so ugly. Ain't gonna be no money out here. Ain't gonna be no jobs, and definitely ain't gonna be no police. And that's gonna flip the game. These women that live at ease, they gonna lose that ease. They gonna lose that security. And I was, to be blunt, every one of these bitches can be tough when you got 911, but you take 911 away, and it all completely changed. So let's get these scriptures, because these women, they market is like a stock market, and they value right now is at an all-time high, but they don't really bring anything but death, especially to the Israelite man, and their family. They value is going to plummet as America, Babylon the Great, plummets. This is going to be Ecclesiastes 12 at the top. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Grinders meaning workers, employees. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And we see music is degenerate and just uncreative as it's ever been. And he's also noticing in hip-hop rap music that these women done took over it too, showing the deterioration and degeneration of music as a whole. It's symbolic. And there's the jobs, losing jobs left and right. All these layoffs, all these companies, All these businesses are going out and under, and that's really showing you the collapse of Babylon the Great America. Because as these businesses go out, somehow the rent keeps going up, the inflation keeps kicking in. You got Saudi Arabia joining the BRICS nations and declining to use the petrodollar. So America's dollar is going to be nothing. It's going to have no value. And we saw that happen down in Venezuela. Okay, so inflation right now, we're in the days of inflation, are soon going to kick into hyperinflation. But one thing as well is all these benefits, these government benefits, your WIC, your Section 8, your food stamps, your child support, your spousal support, all them benefits that these women get to live lavishly and at ease with are going to be cut as well. And then it's going to get real out in these streets, okay? And that's when a lot of these women's value is going to plummet. Let's get another one. This is actually verse 5. It says this is still in Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, at verse 5. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and all men trees shall flourish. Okay, I'll stop right there. And so the key word in that is afraid. And America is nothing more than modern day Egypt. Okay, and the scriptures speak on Egypt shall be afraid in that day, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to put severe plagues, severe punishment, severe judgment upon this wicked ass queendom. Salafi. Okay, so that's coming. You know, the key word afraid. This is going to be Isaiah 19. Let's start at verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt. And once again, modern Egypt meaning bondage. What's the modern day Egypt? Hey, Shalom, beloved. HIM, Hebrew Israelite milk. Shalom, Mak. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakak. That's Barakatah. That's tap in and subscribe to that brother. Very edifying, diligent brother right there. Shalom, beloved. Speaking on Egypt being a modern day bondage for who? All 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, because ancient Egypt had all 12 tribes of Israel in captivity. So does the modern day Egypt, which is Babylon the Great America. Isaiah 19 verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day Egypt shall be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he's shaken over it. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Judah representing the tribe of the so-called Negroes. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Every one that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he have determined against it. So the Lord's not with this place in America. The scriptures speak on Isaiah how our people, they trust in the shadow of Egypt, you know, which shall be a shame unto them. They trust in voting for Donald Trump or Joe Biden or one of these demons that don't give a fuck about our people, never did, never will. Our people started here in last place and going in here in last place. This is not our kingdom. Micah 2 verse 10, this is not our rest. You know, but the Holy Scriptures and the men of the Lord are preaching a kingdom to come that is nearer than we believed on our rest. But a lot of our people, and particularly these women, they trust in the shadow of Egypt. They trust in the philosophies of the devil, Esau, Edom, and it's going to stab them in the back. And all that pride that they had against their men is going to turn into shame. Okay, let's continue on and stay in Isaiah a couple chapters up, because these women live it on easy street right now. They get all these jobs. They get to be put in positions of power. They got child support. They got all these little whore-ass rappers, your Cardi B's, your Glorillas, you name it. It's Megan Thee Stallions boosting these women's egos and pride up. But when there ain't no police, and it ain't no jobs, and it ain't no food, and it turns into a straight jungle, these women are going to be the prey. And especially you so-called black women, you NWAs, you nigger women with attitude. All that attitude, men is going to come hunting for you. This is, and really, I'm gonna start at Isaiah 32, verse 8 speaks on liberal things. Those liberal things is feminism that help boost you women up. You don't need no man. You know, niggas ain't shit. You don't need none of that. But when all hell breaks loose, you gonna need a man, and it's gonna be too late. Isaiah 32, verse 8. But the liberal deviseth liberal things, and by liberal things shall he stand. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And that's the spirit, because I believe the general of my camp, Shalom Akib, see this. Ira Zakah, beloved brother Hamashiach Ira Zakah, just did a lesson last night. I believe I haven't seen it yet on the vintage shall fail. So all these jobs, all these benefits, all these goodies that you women get to live easy is gonna come to naught. And then what? Verse 11, tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare. Gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars. Yeah, upon all the houses of the joy in the joyous city. All right, and those teats are the breast milk of the government. You women rely on all these government handouts and benefits, but all that's gonna come, and then you gonna turn around and have to look at the men that you stared in the face after all these decades, saying you don't need no help from. Y'all is nothing, y'all is useless, and now you gonna need them, but it's gonna be too late, and niggas is gonna turn into straight monsters and savages in that day, and they gonna take your ass out. For that's gonna be a righteous recompense, okay? Because how many Jakes right now is sitting in jail, prison, and in the graveyard, or catching straight hell, financial hell, due to Isaiah 10, the 10th chapter at the top, these unrighteous decrees and robbing the fatherless due to oppressing Jake and the Israelite man from you women, starting with you Eve, you women of the tribes. Okay, well that's gonna come to an end, and y'all gonna have no protection. Ain't finna be no 911 in that day. Continuing on, let's go further up in Isaiah 32, because in that day, not just any man, I mean any man is gonna be of value, but how much more a man of the Lord, who's gonna have the guidance and protection of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Staying in Isaiah the 32nd chapter, Isaiah 32 verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And right now I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's hot as hell up here. If there's no running water, and all of a sudden I see a stream of water come down for to drink, I'm gonna run to it. I'm gonna sprint to it. You know, just like in a day of trouble, the man of the Lord is gonna be as a hiding place. It's gonna be like a jewel, a diamond for survival in that day, especially for you women, because you're not gonna be able. You women cannot survive on themselves by themselves without men. That's complete folly. That's what the devil taught you. You know, you women claim to be independent, but everything you get comes from men. All these cities, everything in these modern day cities were designed by men. And who keeps these cities up and running? Men. All the real hard ass jobs are still mainly worked by men. Continuing, let's get going down, because right now, you know, we're in the apex, the peak, the all-time high of these women's pride. But let them live it, as the old school the Ja Rule song. Let them live it up. You know, these women is living it up right now, but let them, because pretty soon, as the elder Uriah said, GMS Chicago on air live too, they value is gonna come crashing down, because if it's a time of survival and it's the last can of food in the street, a big ass and some big titties ain't gonna mean shit to men. We gonna be trying to live for survival, and the ability to seduce men. You're not gonna have your wig stores, your eyelashes, your weaves, your you name it. You're not gonna have all that, and especially even these feminine products is gonna get real ugly out here. Okay, And that's why a lot of these women, it speaks on that in Micah, is they going to be brought to shame for all the arrogance that they lived in. Isaiah, the 13th chapter, verse 11, because the scriptures speak on the women of the tribes, starting with the so-called black women, are haughty, meaning arrogant, and they walk around with stretched forth necks. You go to the corner store, you see a so-called black woman as the cashier, and she just got an attitude. She just got enmity. She got hate for you. But pretty soon, the Lord gonna stomp all that arrogance and pride out of especially these women, the women of the tribes. Isaiah 13, verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And that's not just any man, that's a man of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Lord willing, we be of that number, and we have the angels and the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shah looking over us in that day. Skipping down to verse 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, their wives ravished. Ravished meaning raped. Okay, and who is, verse 15, everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Who is more joined unto this wicked satanic system of feminism and of this liberalism more than the women of the 12 tribes? Starting with the so-called black woman, nobody. So when that comes crashing down, like the Kanye song, when it all falls down, who you gonna call now? They not gonna have no husbands to call upon, and they gonna get taken down in the streets. Okay, it's gonna get real brutal out here, and it's closer than ever. You got Russian warships 90 miles from Miami right now in Cuba. You got World War III about to break out into all-out hell. You got the dollar is literally collapsing before our eyes. It's real shit going down out here. And the last real main prophecy, but besides the woe, the third woe and return of Yahweh Shai, is that M to the OTB. Esau is just waiting on a perfect calamity. Don't never let a good, calamity go to waste. Esau's waiting on a perfect calamity, a perfect destruction to bring in that new digital banking system, our radio frequency identification chip, that M to the OTB, that mark of the BEAST. Okay, that's coming, that's here. Okay, so as well as the fall of you women in your pride, that's right around the corner. So once again, as the elder Uriah said of GMS Chicago on air live, you women gonna sit back and wait. They market value is finna collapse, just as America and Esau does as well. And what that's gonna do, that's gonna bring in the days of Micah, Micah 7:10, because these women have been able to gloat and live pridefully without and claim that they don't need the help of men, but they still have the liberty to call 911, which is run by men. But pretty soon they not gonna have that luxury, and it's gonna be straight hell out here in the streets, especially for these women that done lived in pride. Let's get Micah the 7th chapter. This is Micah 7. Let's actually, let's start at verse 9, because right now, seeing you women walk around in the apex of your pride is really a punishment unto Jacob, us, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, as well as the speckled bird that look like these other nations, but really go back to the seed of Jacob. This is a punishment upon us for disobeying the Lord. I believe in Hosea, the 4th chapter, verse 14, the Lord said, I won't punish your women for their whoredom, because they themselves are attached unto whores. We went against the Lord with these philosophies and whoring after these other nations and their gods. So the Lord turned our women to a spitting image of that. And they are right now going after, following the philosophies of the devil himself, Esau, Edom. And that's a punishment unto us, because she is our enemy. She, our own rest, our women are supposed to be our rest, our helpmeet, have turned into some of our worst enemies. Micah 7 verse 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness, which is happening right now. You know, the Lord, the Lord Yahweh Yahushai, brought us into this truth. Micah 7 verse 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. What's mire? Dirt, mud, shit. She gonna be trodden down and lowered. And it says, she that is my enemy, now shall she see it. See, these women, they could be your biggest enemy. They don't care because there's no judgment. There's still a police force to help in a legal system to help protect these women. But pretty soon that gonna all come crashing down, and it's gonna be a straight jungle out here, man versus women, and men are physically in many ways superior to women, and they not gonna be able to run or hide. Hey, Shalom, beloved Laban Napash, subscribe to that brother too, very diligent brother. Yah Bashim Yashah Bashim Rakakodash Barakata'ak. Shalom. That brother down there in Texas, SOYWY Laban Napash. And I was just speaking to that brother yesterday. You know, this shit is vexing, going back to Micah 7:9. Working on doing security, working around these just degenerate, prideful ass women. That's an indignation from the Lord to have to be around that. And what do these women produce? Nothing but just degenerate niggers. Going into Job, the 14th chapter at the top, man that is born of a woman is a few days. And we're seeing, you know, in the Apocrypha says, you know, Ecclesiasticus, of the woman it came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. That's why the man is supposed to be in power. But right now, due to the philosophies of the serpent and Eve making that contract, and for our disobedience as Israelite men, we gotta watch these women be in power. But pretty soon, as America collapses, her power is gonna collapse too, along with her little boyfriend, the serpent, the devil himself, Esau Edom. Let's go into the Apocrypha. That's the spirit, Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter. You know, because a lot of these women, they living it up. They in that Cardi B. There's so many of these new female rappers I can't even think of. Ruby Rose, Glorilla is too many to count. They in that spirit of pride and arrogance right now. But pretty soon they gonna be brought very low. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, verse 26. Let's start at verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. And in the GNT or GNB version, it says a shameless woman shall be counted as a bitch. That's where you get the term, you know, bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks from Snoop Dogg. As well as you get the term from Future, she's for the streets. Well, the scriptures speak on that. These women, they abide not, their foot abide not in the house. They don't want no husband. They want to be out in the streets having hot girl summer. Okay, well, she gonna be trodden down in the streets pursuant to Micah 7 verse 10. Let's get another one, a couple verses up. Sirach, the Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter, same chapter, verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is as a tower against death to her husband. And here in this wicked, collapsing society, these women don't have no husbands. They not married. They not fit to be wives. They weren't taught. Okay, and in Titus, it tells you, you know, the mother is supposed to teach the daughter how to be a wife. They weren't taught that. They were taught to be cantankerous, which means disagreeable harlots out here, and be selfish. Well, okay, there's a judgment for that, especially when all these jobs, all the money, ain't no food in the streets, ain't no police. It's gonna get real gully out here. It's gonna get real ugly. Let's get another one in Lamentations, because these women gonna lament right now in that day, and it's very close. Okay, as her value sinks, the Israelite man value skyrockets and increases. Okay, this is get Lamentations. going to be Lamentations, the 4th chapter, verse 6. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her. And that's the spirit. It's the month of June right now. This is the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, right? And what would the Lord do to Sodom and Gomorrah? He torched that place. He took it down. And as the punishment of my people, talking about you Israelite women, y'all gonna get brought down too, you know, for all the whoredom and wickedness that you've committed. Let's comment board SOYWY Laban Napash, 1 Timothy 2 verse 9. Oh, that's the water. I said Titus. I believe it's Timothy right here. 1 Timothy 2 verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, with broidered hair or gold or pearls or costly array. Verse 10. But which becometh women professing godliness with good works. Okay, Thawada, beloved. So that's how it's supposed to be. These women are supposed to be shamefaced. They're supposed to be dressed modestly, not in leggings, titties, ass, everything all out. Not look a man in the face with pride and arrogance. You know, everything's been completely flipped upside down. But when America collapses, that's going to be a curse unto these women. They're going to be trying to cover up and hide their curves. But men is going to turn into a lot of these wicked men, these wicked niggas out here is going to turn into straight hunters out here and come hunting for you women. As the beloved Elder Malcolm of GMS Chicago says, you know, these women are currently riding the cock carousel, but pretty soon the cock carousel is gonna ride them. And when that's gonna happen, when there's no 911, there ain't no police, when the ambulance not gonna come, it's gonna turn to a straight jungle of judgment out here. Okay, let me get Isaiah, because when that happens, when these women they value dips to nothing, and the men of the Lord, the Lord willing, we be of that number. Isaiah 4:1, the days of Isaiah 4:1 is going to kick in. Isaiah 4 verse 1, and in that day 7, meaning a number of completion, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, and to take away our reproach. Our reproach meaning shame. You know, because it's going to get real brutal out here. The women, they going to see that they was enemies to their own men, and now they going to have to come back shamefully and try to ask for forgiveness. But a majority of these women of the tribes is going to get completely denied. You know, the Lord willing, the Lord put a spirit of discernment. We be of that number, and we get to see the spirit of these women. Because as the elder Uriah was saying, a fat ass and big titties ain't going. Men are going to be looking at your spirit, not your curves in that day. Okay, so if you got a wicked spirit on it, the men of the Lord, the man of gold, is going to see that, and you going to get denied and rejected and sent back out to the streets that y'all women love so much. Let's get a. Okay, I already got that Isaiah the 13th chapter, but let's get it again, because once again the Lord is making as her value is decreasing, even though it don't feel like that. These women's values is decreasing. They can't cook, can't clean. When a time of trouble is, what value is they really gonna bring but sex? And that's gonna be nothing, because they done gave that up to every nigga around the block. Okay, Isaiah 13 verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Okay, and that goes into 2nd Esdras, speaking on, you know, in that day, it's not going to be hard to tell who the chosen men of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai are. Okay, because we make it, Lord willing, through all these calamities, all these bloodsheds, all this bloodshed and violence out in the streets, it's going to be easy to tell who the Lord is dealing with. And especially the scriptures say that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. We know what's coming. The Lord gave us the script of the end of America in this age of these heathen nations, in particular Esau, Edom, in rulership. This is Second Ezra. Close off on this scripture. Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Going back to what was it? Isaiah 13, verse 12. You know, the men are going to be as fine gold tried in the fire, and Lord willing, we're able to pass that test and make it onto these chariots. You know, but this is just inspired by the elder Uriah, GMS Chicago, as well as the elder in GMS Mississippi, speaking on the apex of pride that these women are walking around with. But pretty soon, they value is going to come crashing all the way down. But the value of the men of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to skyrocket upwards. Lord willing, we be of that number, and we almost out of this hell soon. Shalom to the brother HIN, Hebrew Israelites Milk, as well as the blood brother Laban Posh, SOYWY, down there in Texas. I hope this was edifying. Shalom.